At 72, Margaret steps into her closet, not with frustration, but with a sense of ease. No more digging through piles of unworn clothes or feeling overwhelmed by clutter. Her wardrobe is a reflection of her, elegant, intentional, and effortlessly functional. But it wasn't always this way. For years, she held on to things that no longer served her, until she discovered what professionals never tell you about closet organization. And number 4, it changed everything. Ready to transform your space? 1. The mindset shift. Why decluttering is still essential. Margaret stood in front of her closet, staring at the overstuffed shelves and tangled hangers. Every piece of clothing held a memory, a reason to stay. She had convinced herself that someday she might wear that old dress, that blouse from the 80s, or the shoes that pinched her feet. But deep down, she knew this clutter was weighing her down. She had always believed that organizing meant finding better ways to store everything, but she soon realized the truth. You can't organize clutter. You have to let it go. It wasn't about creating more space. It was about keeping only what truly served her. At first, the idea of decluttering felt overwhelming. What if she regretted letting go of something? What if she needed it later? These thoughts kept her trapped in indecision, but then she approached it differently. Instead of focusing on what to get rid of, she started asking herself, what do I truly love? What do I actually wear? As she slowly pulled out pieces she hadn't touched in years, something shifted. The weight of unnecessary belongings lifted, and in its place, a sense of clarity emerged. Decluttering wasn't about losing things. It was about gaining freedom. 2. The 80-20 rule. You only wear a fraction of your clothes. Margaret had always believed she needed a full wardrobe to have options, but as she sorted through her clothes, she had a revelation. She only regularly wore about 20% of what she owned. The rest just took up space, buried under the illusion of someday. She had read about the 80-20 rule, that most people consistently wear a small portion of their wardrobe while the rest remains untouched. At first, she resisted the idea. Surely she needed variety, backups, options for different occasions. But when she looked honestly at her routine, she realized she kept reaching for the same go-to pieces over and over again. This realization changed everything. Instead of holding on to items out of guilt or obligation, she focused on curating a wardrobe that fit her current lifestyle. She stopped dressing for a past version of herself and started choosing clothes that made her feel confident today. With each piece she let go of, she felt lighter. Her closet became a space of intention, not clutter. Mornings were easier. No more sifting through stacks of unworn clothes. Just a collection of things she actually loved. 3. The emotional attachment trap. How to let go without guilt. As Margaret sorted through her clothes, she faced her biggest challenge: sentimental pieces. The dress she wore to her daughter's wedding, the blazer from her first job, the scarf her late husband had gifted her. Every item carried a story, a moment frozen in time. At first, she couldn't imagine parting with these things. It felt like throwing away memories. But then she asked herself a question. Is this item serving me, or is it just taking up space? She realized that memories didn't live in fabric. They lived in her heart. Letting go of a dress didn't erase the love she felt when she wore it. She started taking photos of sentimental pieces before donating them, keeping the memory but releasing the clutter. For the pieces that truly meant something, she found creative ways to repurpose them. A scarf became a decorative accent. A favorite shirt was framed as a keepsake. She didn't have to hold on to everything. She just had to honor what mattered most. With each piece she released, she felt lighter, freer. The clutter that once held her back was replaced with space, not just in her closet, but in her mind, 4. The shocking one. The hidden secret behind capsule wardrobes. Margaret had cleared out her closet, let go of what no longer served her, and embraced the reality that she only wore a fraction of her clothes. But now she faced a new challenge. What should she do next? She had always assumed that more clothes meant better style, but she was about to learn the opposite. She stumbled upon the capsule wardrobe method, a minimalist approach where a limited number of versatile pieces form the foundation of an effortless, stylish wardrobe. At first, the idea seemed impractical. Would she really be happy with fewer choices? Would it feel restrictive? Curious but skeptical, she decided to try it. She picked a few timeless, high-quality pieces that could mix and match seamlessly: neutral tops, classic trousers, a well-fitted blazer, and comfortable shoes. To her surprise, getting dressed became easier, not harder. Instead of feeling limited, she felt liberated. Every piece she owned was something she loved and wore with confidence. No more last-minute outfit stress. No more staring at a packed closet thinking, "I have nothing to wear." This shift didn't just change her wardrobe, it transformed her mornings. Getting dressed became effortless, stress-free, and most importantly, enjoyable. 5. Sorting like a stylist. The power of color. Coding and seasonal rotation. Margaret's closet had structure now, but it still felt visually overwhelming. The mix of colors, fabrics, and different seasons in one space made it harder to appreciate her streamlined wardrobe. That's when she learned a professional stylist's secret: color coding and seasonal rotation. She started by grouping her clothes by color, creating a smooth transition from dark to light shades. The effect was immediate. Her closet looked organized, cohesive, and visually pleasing. But beyond aesthetics, it made choosing outfits even simpler. Next, she tackled seasonal rotation. Instead of keeping everything in her closet year-round, she stored off-season clothing in a separate space. Heavy winter coats, thick sweaters, and boots no longer cluttered her summer wardrobe, and vice versa. This small change had a big impact. Her closet felt lighter, more spacious, and tailored to her current needs. She no longer had to dig through winter coats to find a light jacket or push aside sandals to grab her favorite boots. By adopting these two simple strategies, her closet no longer felt like a chaotic storage unit. It felt like a personal boutique, curated just for her. 6. The 1-year rule: what to keep, donate, or toss without hesitation. Margaret had made incredible progress, but she still struggled with one nagging fear. What if she got rid of something and regretted it later? That's when she came across the 1-year rule, a decluttering principle used by professional organizers. The rule was simple. If she hadn't worn something in the past year, it was time to let it go. At first, she hesitated. Some pieces held sentimental value, while others were just-in-case items. But when she was truly honest with herself, she realized that if she hadn't reached for an item in 12 months, she likely never would. She created 3 piles: keep, donate, and toss. Anything she loved and wore regularly stayed. Anything in good condition but rarely worn went to donation. Anything damaged beyond repair was discarded. With every piece she removed, she felt lighter, freer, and more in control. Instead of clinging to maybe someday clothes, she was curating a wardrobe that truly reflected who she was now. For the first time in years, Margaret felt like she was in charge of her wardrobe, rather than letting it control her. 7. The vertical storage hack that instantly creates more space. With a curated wardrobe in place, Margaret noticed something. Her closet still felt crowded. She had downsized significantly, yet the space wasn't working as efficiently as she had hoped. That's when she discovered one of the biggest professional organizing secrets: vertical storage. Instead of just spreading items across hangers, she maximized height and depth. She installed tiered shelves, stackable bins, and vertical dividers to fully utilize every inch of space. Suddenly, sweaters weren't piled on top of each other, getting messy and forgotten. Instead, they sat neatly folded in divided sections. Shoes no longer cluttered the floor. They were displayed on a vertical rack, making every pair easy to see and grab. She even invested in hanging organizers for accessories. Scarves, belts, and handbags all had designated spots, eliminating the need to rummage through drawers. By simply shifting her mindset from horizontal to vertical, Margaret nearly doubled her available space without adding more clutter. 8. The folding versus hanging debate. What works best for different items? Margaret had spent decades randomly deciding which items to fold and which to hang. It seemed simple enough. Coats and dresses went on hangers, while t-shirts and sweaters were folded. But she had never questioned why. Professional organizers followed a simple rule: fold anything that stretches or loses shape on a hanger, and hang anything prone to wrinkling. Armed with this knowledge, Margaret completely restructured her closet. She folded heavy sweaters, delicate knits, and casual t-shirts, preventing unnecessary stretching. She also discovered the file folding method, where items stood upright instead of being stacked, making everything visible at a glance. No more digging for a favorite top buried under a pile of clothes. Meanwhile, she prioritized hanging structured items like blazers, dresses, and flowy blouses to maintain their shape. She even upgraded to uniform slimline hangers, which not only looked elegant, but also created more space. By rethinking the way she stored her clothes, Margaret's wardrobe became more accessible, efficient, and long-lasting. 9. Clever closet accessories that double your storage capacity. Even with vertical storage and optimized folding techniques, Margaret knew there was still room for improvement. That's when she turned to professional-grade closet accessories, small upgrades that made a huge difference. She added pull-out drawers to make use of deep shelves, preventing items from getting lost at the back. A Lazy Susan became a game-changer for organizing accessories like jewelry and perfumes, keeping them visible and within reach. Then came the multi-tiered pant hangers, a simple yet brilliant tool that allowed her to store 5 pairs of pants in the space of 1. She also discovered hanging rod extenders, which instantly added another level of hanging space for shorter items like blouses and skirts. One of her favorite discoveries was the door-mounted organizer. Instead of wasting valuable closet door space, she used it to store scarves, small bags, and even lightweight shoes. It was a simple fix that freed up even more room inside the closet. With these small but effective upgrades, Margaret's closet was no longer just a storage space. It was a well-designed, functional system that made everyday life easier. The one-touch rule: how to keep your closet tidy. Every day, Margaret had transformed her closet into a functional, beautifully organized space. But she knew from experience how easily clutter could creep back in. She had spent years promising herself she would put things away later, only for her closest to return to chaos within weeks. This time, she needed a strategy to keep it tidy effortlessly. She came across a simple yet powerful principle used by professional organizers: the one-touch rule. The idea was straightforward. Whenever she took something out, she put it back immediately in its designated place. At first, it felt unnatural. She was used to tossing a sweater on the chair or leaving shoes by the door. But as she committed to the habit, she noticed something remarkable. Her closet never became messy again. There were no more overwhelming piles of clothes waiting to be folded, no more missing scarves shoved into the wrong space. By implementing this single rule, she no longer needed to dedicate hours to cleaning up. Her closet stayed organized effortlessly because everything always had a home. 11th. Smart labeling and sectioning. How to instantly find what you need. Even with a streamlined wardrobe, Margaret sometimes found herself searching for specific items. It wasn't that she had too much. It was that certain pieces still got lost in the shuffle. That's when she discovered another professional secret: labeling and sectioning. She divided her closet into clear categories: casual wear, formal pieces, seasonal items, and accessories. Each section had its place, making it easy to grab what she needed without thinking. She also labeled storage bins for out-of-season clothes, ensuring she could quickly rotate items without hassle. To take things further, she introduced drawer dividers for smaller accessories like socks, scarves, and jewelry. No more digging through tangled piles. Everything was easy to see and access. What surprised her the most was how this small change eliminated decision fatigue. With everything in a designated place, choosing outfits became effortless. She no longer wasted time hunting for the right blouse or matching pair of shoes. Her closet wasn't just organized, it was intuitive. 12. The weekly 5-minute closet reset that prevents clutter buildup. Margaret had finally achieved the organized closet she had dreamed of, but she knew from experience that even the best systems could fall apart without regular maintenance. To prevent slipping back into old habits, she adopted a simple weekly reset routine. Instead of waiting for clutter to pile up, she set aside just 5 minutes every Sunday to check her closet. She quickly scanned for anything out of place, misplaced accessories, unfolded clothes, or shoes that didn't make it back to their designated spot. She also took this time to assess her wardrobe. If she hadn't worn something in a while, she considered whether it still belonged. This small act of intentional reviewing helped her maintain her clutter-free space without needing major overhauls in the future. The key to lasting organization wasn't perfection, it was consistency. By committing to a short, manageable habit, Margaret ensured her closet would remain the sanctuary she had worked so hard to create. 13. The wardrobe editing habit that keeps your closet fresh and functional. Margaret had transformed her closet into a space of simplicity and ease. But she knew one thing for certain: clutter always found a way back. She had worked too hard to let her progress slip away, so she embraced one final habit that would keep her wardrobe fresh and functional indefinitely: regular wardrobe editing. Every 3 months, she conducted a quick wardrobe refresh, evaluating what she still loved, what no longer suited her, and what could be donated. She tried on pieces she hadn't worn recently, checking if they still fit her style and needs. Instead of waiting for clutter to build up, she let go of items before they overwhelmed her space. If something felt outdated, uncomfortable, or didn't spark joy, she moved it along without hesitation. She also kept a small donation bin in her closet, making it effortless to remove items gradually rather than all at once. This habit wasn't about perfection, it was about alignment. As her lifestyle and preferences evolved, so did her wardrobe. By keeping only what truly served her, she ensured that getting dressed remained a joyful, stress-free experience. 14. The power of outfit planning and why pros always do it. Margaret had once dreaded getting dressed in the morning, standing in front of her closet, feeling uninspired. But now, with her wardrobe neatly organized and curated, she discovered an unexpected secret used by stylists and professionals: outfit planning. Instead of scrambling for last-minute outfit ideas, she planned ahead. At the start of each week, she set aside a few minutes to create outfit combinations for different occasions. Whether it was a casual day out, a social event, or a cozy day at home, she had pre-selected looks ready to go. She experimented with mixing and matching pieces, realizing that she could create countless stylish outfits from her carefully chosen wardrobe. With fewer items but more intentional pairings, her options felt endless. This simple habit eliminated decision fatigue, making her mornings effortless and enjoyable. Instead of second-guessing or feeling frustrated, she started each day feeling confident and put together. Her closet wasn't just organized, it was working for her, making life smoother in ways she never expected. 15. Personalizing your space. Making your closet feel like a boutique. Margaret had spent years treating her closet as a storage space, functional but uninspiring. But now, with every other aspect of her wardrobe refined, she took one final step to make it a space she truly loved. She added soft lighting, making the space feel warm and inviting rather than dark and cramped. She displayed her favorite accessories on small trays, like a boutique would, making everything look visually appealing. She even added a small mirror to make outfit planning easier. Beyond aesthetics, she made the space feel personal. She kept a framed photo of a cherished memory nearby, a scented sachet that made opening her closet a delight, and a small inspiration board with style ideas that reflected her personality. Margaret's closet is no longer a source of stress. It's a space of clarity, ease, and joy. With simple habits, she transformed chaos into confidence. And so can you. An organized closet isn't just about clothes. It's about stepping into your day feeling empowered. Your transformation starts now.